Come in.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Alec. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Taylor.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thank you. I actually brought you my business card.
Thank you.
So I heard you know Magdalena.
I do, yeah. I've been working with her for quite some time now.
I've heard really good things about you.
Oh, yay.
Will there be anyone else joining us today?
No, it is just going to be me. Jeff is out on a business trip right now.
And did you still have that rough 8 to 10 minutes to chat briefly about your company? Thank you. And also, sorry, would you be the final decision maker for today?
Yes, I would be.
Notes on this conversation?
What am I to know? Go for it.
Thank you so much. So, how long have you been with Five as a company?
As a company, I've been with them since we pretty much started, so that's really nice. I've seen this company grow from the ground up.
Yeah, and you guys started in 2001?
Yes, sir.
So, how do you currently feel about your growth as a company? I've read online that you guys are expanding exponentially. You have approximately 135% increase in sales as well as customers.
Wow, you've done your homework. Yes, we have grown exponentially, and it is amazing, especially since, whenever you're starting off as a company, you're not too sure how you're going to do, and man, just to even grow to like 90%, let alone 120, 135%, it's amazing. So it's nice.
That is amazing. That's really good work for your team.
Thank you.
So, since you guys are fairly new, do you have any future plans for your company?
Actually, we are looking to expand to Canada. We're waiting for licensing, and we have already started expanding to Mexico.
So how do you feel about your expansion in Mexico? Do you enjoy it?
I really do, yeah. It's going to be a little difficult since, a lot of them are bilingual.
Yeah.
So some of them are bilingual, some of them are not bilingual, so we have to use translators sometimes, especially with using systems. Some things will be in Spanish, so we have to wait for someone to translate it into English.
Okay. So that answered my second question, sorry.
No, you totally
So
fine.
approximately how many customers do you have within your company?
Right now, 2,000, about 2,000.
That's a really good number, especially for it being such a new company.
Yeah, we love it. We're like, yeah, go team.
And how many sales reps as well as managers do you have employed within Five?
Oh, geez, I don't even know. A lot.
A lot.
A lot. We just keep growing, so it's kind of hard to keep up.
But you always want to maintain the perfect employee to customer ratio.
Of course. Usually we have about one employee to maybe 5 to 10 customers.
And how are you guys currently able to maintain such a large amount of customer relations within so many employees?
Usually, I'm sorry, can you say that question one more time for me?
So, with so many customers and so few employees, how are you able to maintain such a large amount?
Well, usually we let our reps, we let them use a CRM system that they're comfortable with, so it's really easy for them to keep track of their own customers.
Okay. And what are your current thoughts on the relations between your sales reps and the management staff?
It's actually pretty good. I mean, they can just come in whenever they're having an issue, and usually me or Jeff will have to resolve it in some way before we make a big deal out of it.
And then, whenever you said CRM system, what CRM systems are you currently using in the company?
Well, right now, we're kind of letting our reps use their own CRM system, just so there's not really much of a learning curve, if not any at all. They're very comfortable with it, which makes them work a lot more efficiently and more positively.
And has your team come across any issues because of that?
A little bit, yeah. Some CRM systems will not translate to other ones, so some reps will not get any of the information. So that's a bit of an issue. I've had a couple reps come in here and give me that kind of a problem.
And then how are your employees currently able to overcome those issues within translational data and everything like that, especially whenever it's such a big company and there's so many employees and so many customers?
It's pretty difficult for them to come across it, just because usually they have to use me or they'll email each other, and that's not really good real-time data. So it takes some time. It's definitely not efficient. It's not as efficient as it could be.
Yeah. And then have you noticed any decrease in the profitability because of those issues?
Probably because the customers sometimes they'll be caught on by more than one rep, and they get very frustrated. And they're like, "Okay, we're done," and that gets embarrassing. It gets really embarrassing.
Yeah. So aside from decreases in profitability, are there any reliability issues with your CRM system?
Well, since it
Techniques?
lacks real time, some of the reliability just goes down, and then sometimes I have to be on hold with like whatever CRM system they are using, and I've been on hold for like an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
So what have you done to work around those issues with profitability as well as reliability? Like, how are you able to overcome those issues or at least get past them?
Like I said, just usually emailing them or talking to the reps one on one.
And what are the current compatibility issues between all the different CRM systems that you're using between the sales reps, management, you and Jeff?
So me and Jeff, we both use our own. Like we live. I mean, we live. We work right across the hall from each other, so it's not that hard. We can just call each other up. But with the other reps, it's hard because, like I said, the translations they're not very accurate, and then the real time isn't good. So it's not that good. It's just not that good.
And what technique is your company using to receive data from employees? Would it just be emails? Since it's all different CRM systems, is there like a cloud-based system where it's like everything's available to be reached
Well, it's all
from management?
It's all web-based right now, so it is all emails or calling.
And has that incurred any issues with the customers, especially with outreach? Would it be difficult for employees to reach out to the same customer and then not be aware since it's all kind of web-based? And do you foresee any sales reps losing time to aid customers due to the amount of time lost translating everything?
Definitely.
Like, how often does that happen?
Unfortunately, possibly about 15 to 20%.
Really? And if there were any situations with a client being contacted, who takes care of that issue?
Me or Jeff. Jeff or I. Me. Yeah, dealing with their frustration is just... I understand it, but it's just the worst. Like, we just feel so bad that we're having these kind of issues.
Yeah. So with that being said, is it difficult? Like, what is your management able to do that would assist in, like, motivating your sales reps as far as tracking the software for the clients?
Say that one more time.
Like, your management? So whenever they're motivating your sales reps, especially with it being so difficult, how are they able to, like, maintain employees as opposed to, like, having a higher turnover rate?
We just basically tell them, hey, listen, we're doing great for a new startup company. You're just going to have to be patient with us. I mean, we're going to have mistakes here and there, but we're working on it. So we just try to keep a positive attitude.
So, approximately how many leads does your company lose a month because of that manual process? Leads.
How many leads? Maybe 5 to 10%.
And how is management able to maintain that lack of communication? Is there anything they're able to do with the customers? I can imagine it being a little bit hard on the customers to just be outreached multiple times.
Yeah, basically all we do is you just tell them, hey, we're really sorry. We're still trying to figure out our CRM system. We try to offer them something to, like, compensate for their inconvenience.
So from currently what I'm understanding with our discussion, you're concerned about how employees communicate with one another as well as maintain their client relation. And if I were able to minimize the amount of time communicating, how would that increase your productivity within the company?
That'd be great. We would like to increase it by what we've lost, so that would probably be like 20 to 30%. We'd like to increase it by that much, at least.
Then with your consent, I would love to write up a specific proposal for 5. You've mentioned you'd have to follow up with Jeff. Would you be able to meet perhaps maybe next Thursday at 2:30?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Thank you so much for your time. It was great to meet you, Taylor.
No problem. Have a good one, Alec.